Hi everyone, this is Isabel, co-founder and creator of SIV, and this is the SIV Skin Microbiome Series, where we highlight the important role that the skin microbiome plays in healing stubborn skin conditions. Today we have Kat Solis on the show. She's been a practicing esthetician for 11 years. She does not look that old. Located in Beaverton, Oregon. So she has a special focus in hyperpigmentation, and I am so excited for you guys to see the amazing before and after that she has helped achieve with SIV. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Okay, so we are here with Kat. Kat, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to talk about your amazing before and after. I think this is the fastest one that we've seen on this show, at least so far. So I'm super excited to show everybody. I think they're going to be really impressed. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of get into it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Of course. Do you remember how we first met? Do you remember how you found SIV? Was it on Instagram? Was it at a show? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was on Instagram, and it was when you guys were like brand new. And I had been looking for something like this because it hadn't caught on yet. And for me, like focusing on the microbiome and everything was what I was trying to do, but the products didn't really fit in with that. So when I found you guys, I like jumped on it. And I think I was like one of the first people in Oregon that I know of to carry it. So I was excited.
Totally. Yay. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then, we met in person finally at a show last year. I think it was a face and body show.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, so talk to us a little bit more about how the skin microbiome does fit into your practice. Give us some background there.
Yeah. So I notice with my clients, the number one thing they come in, they want to peel. They want something to help even the skin tone or address acne, but they're not addressing A, root causes, or B, they're coming in with absolutely stripped barriers. And I'm like, I can't put anything on your skin. I can't treat your skin at this moment. And so it's really about building it back up, which includes the microbiome and includes the good bacteria, because they're just stripping away. It's like taking an antibiotic in your stomach and you've stripped all the good and the bad bacteria, but also the good, and you need that. So of course you still have an upset stomach or digestion issues, and it's the same with our skin. And so really finding ways to build that back up and being able to put something into their skin care routine that gives something instead of takes it away was really positive and what I was looking for.
Wow. I love the way that you phrase that with giving something instead of taking something away, because so many of the products are antibacterial, right? And so they're killing off the microbes, and they're like, okay, this is going to kill, what's causing the problem. And you're so right with SIV, where we are not killing anything. If we're going to reduce a certain strain, it's through adding competition. So we're adding strains and creating more competition and resilience. So the microbiome can actually balance itself. So that was a really great observation that you just made. And I hadn't even thought about that really, that most products are geared towards taking something away. So that's great. I think that's going to be really a helpful kind of moment for a lot of our viewers who haven't used SIV or are trying to understand exactly how it works. I think that's going to be a line that resonates with a lot of people. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so here we have your amazing before and after. Only 2 days between these pictures, which is insane. So, I mean, we can see here such a reduction in inflammation and spotting. The skin tone seems so much more even. Her skin just seems so much more calm and less reactive. So I'm super excited to hear the details around this. Can you tell us just start with a little bit of background. So how long has this client been seeing you? What were some of the things that maybe she was trying before? And then walk us through her protocol of how you achieve this in just 2 days.
Yeah. So this client has been coming to me for a while now, over a year, and obviously really struggles with acne. Has tried probably everything you can think of before she came to me. When she came to me, it was a complete stripped barrier. She still had acne, but just her barrier was so compromised that anything you put on it burned. And so really the first few months was us building that up. And it was before I brought SIV in. And so we were building it up, but it took some time, right? And clients, they get impatient. They want they want those results, especially when your skin doesn't feel good. You want it to feel good. And so we would try other calming things. And we really started pulling out, she was on clindamycin from her derm and on some other stuff that she decided on her own to stop taking. And I think trying to think when this picture was taken, probably about our year mark, we brought SIV in for her, and we do peels, and then she goes home and uses SIV at home. And this was just in with 2 days. She sent this to me, and she sent me a long message too of just like how her skin feels better. It's less inflamed, doesn't hurt to touch. You can see like where she had kind of those open pustules, and they're already healing, which is huge for her because her skin is really sensitive and really reactive too. So we've tried other product that she will have an allergic reaction to. And that's why it's taken so long with her kind of like putting product in, taking out, putting in, taking it out, and doing a test run. And so SIV, she had no issues with SIV, and it's easy to apply. People definitely like to apply too much, so we're still working on that with a lot of clients. I'd like to tell them the bacteria knows where to go. You don't need to put it everywhere. It will go where it needs to go. They're alive, so they know what to do. But yeah, I mean, she now will come and probably buy 2 or 3 every time she comes because she never wants to run out.
Oh, that is so awesome. Tell me about like her home care regimen. She's using what cleanser? Is she using a toner? Where does SIV fit into this regimen?
Yeah, I really pulled her back. She is someone who likes to use a lot of product, but I've kind of reeled her back in, especially since we are doing peels at least monthly. So she's really on just like a basic calming cleanser, and then a retinol, which is what I like about SIV, is that it can be with actives and not have an issue. So she's on a retinol, and then a moisturizer and SIV. So SIV fits in, that's the cleanser, SIV, retinol, moisturizer.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, this to me, just hearing you describe like what her symptoms were and now how this helped her so quickly, this to me really just says classic leaky skin, because it's like you can use all of the barrier focused products on the planet, but if the main driver is that inflammation coming from the microbiome, it's going to be really hard for those products to reach their full potential or even make a dent in some cases.
Yeah.
So when you add SIV in, to see a result this quick just really speaks to the fact that those microbes, they do know what to do. They want to heal. They want it better, but sometimes they just need that little extra kind of prompting that SIV and that the quorum sensing bacillus spore can give. So,
and the nice thing with her too is when she does try a new product, like maybe a shower body wash or something, because of her sensitivity, she might get a rash, and she will use SIV on her chest or wherever that rash breaks out to kind of help heal it quicker. So she has more uses for it than just the acne, which is pretty great.
That's awesome. Yeah. It has a few more uses than the average client. That's so.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And as we wrap up, I want to ask you, give us a hot take, an industry hot take. So something that maybe you agree with that the industry doesn't, or vice versa.
I will say hypochlorous acid is really, really popular. And while I think it can be great for maybe disinfecting the hands, or if you do struggle with acne and you need something quick after the gym, I just am not a fan of it. I don't like the idea of stripping everything away. I think people overuse it. Our clients are definitely overusing it. And as someone who 99% of their clients are coming in with a compromised barrier, that is the last thing I want to give them because of they're abusing it.
Yeah, I agree with this wholeheartedly. And I'm with you where like, I don't want to demonize the product. It does work for a lot of people. That's why it's so popular. But I think that we are going to have an epidemic of just even more stripped microbiomes and stripped barriers, because I know that this product is promoted as something that will not affect the bad microbes, or the good microbes, I mean, but it's just not true.
Yeah.
You know, the hypochlorous molecule, when it's made in the body, it's attached to the white blood cell. And in this case, it will deliver a more targeted approach when it's looking at what to affect and what not to affect. When you just separate that molecule and put it into a formula, it no longer has that intelligence. Yeah. And so it starts to bring everything down. The fact that it's marketed as, hand sanitizer for the face. That's not good. We don't want that, you know? Like we're all about promoting good bacterial growth. And what'll start to happen over time is it creates more dysbiosis, because when you have issues on the skin that are being bacterially driven, it's because the microbe that's overgrown, it grows faster than what's around it, and it doesn't have the proper competition in that ecosystem. By bringing everything down, neither one of those things has changed. So when that hypochlorous is no longer active and those microbes start to regrow, the microbe that's overgrown, that's causing problems, is still going to become overgrown at the end of the day if we don't continue to use the hypochlorous. Now, if we do continue to use it consistently, what will start to happen is these weaker strains that are actually kind of rounding out the ecosystem and creating some semblance of competition, those will be the ones that start to be knocked off and start to die. And so we're actually creating even more dysbiosis because we're lessening the diversity of the ecosystem. So I completely agree with you. And I do toe the line, right? Because I don't want to demonize the product. And like you said, if it's something that, you know, should be kept clean, like a wound or something like that, that makes sense. But day-to-day life, the face should not be sterile.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it.
I mean, I even kind of steer clear from like benzoyl peroxide unless it's like my severe acne clients. But even then I make all of them now have to be on SIV, because if we're stripping it, we need to put it back. So that's where I go to, this is taking it away, but this is giving it back. But it's giving back the good.
100%. Yes. And that's exactly what I say too. And especially with the hypochlorous clients who do want to use that or have found relief, I always say, okay, if they want to use that, that's fine. Have them keep using it, but then definitely add SIV into that routine at some point to try and restore what was lost there. So I think that is a fabulous hot take.
Yeah,
that would be my okay, well, Kat, thank you so much for doing this. I think people are gonna love it. Please share with us anything you want to plug, or where do people find you if they want to book with you, any of the things that you're working on. Give it to us.
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram. I'm a millennial, so TikTok is not my thing. I'm on Instagram, Honeyskin LLC, my website, honeyskinwellness.com. Yeah, I'm pretty active on Instagram, so that's where you can find me.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And those links, you guys, will be in the show notes. So make sure you go check out her page, give her a follow. She is incredible, and you guys are going to love her.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See everyone next time.